Okay. So the last video discussed the gear configurations. I pretty much just like ran through mine and shared what I do. And if you are a keep that is a siege based keep or an art or a siege and cav based keep, that's your defensive strength. Then that video gave you a pretty good idea of what you should be going for. So, with that being said, I go into some of the extra stuff. So, with just good sub-generals and just good wall generals and just a good build that will be strong and hard to be run through, that's great. But when we look at where the game is, you need to get into the senates and start getting some of this stuff. This one here is pretty much all attacking or in rally till you get to number 7. Then you get into all troops HP, and then that's the only one that's all troops HP. The rest of it's attacking and real specific. But this is stuff that you need. You're going to need to get into these and get these developed. And then working on these as well. Some of them are in rally, some of them are wall defending. So like the Senate is important, and you do really need to get into it. And there are some that are more specific for, it seems like number 5 is the all troops one. In a lot of these, because I just finished one, and that helped me a lot. This is all in rally except for number 5, all troops 20%. Which I think that would be the next one I need to get. This is the one that I just finished. In-city troop HP. This one's an all in-city one. So your second from the left one, the second one total is the one that's going to be like really important, right? The in-city troop HP 30%. That's a big number. And then in-city troop attack 25%. Is good. I'm not a real big attack person on defense, and everybody that follows me knows that. And then we're getting a little debuff here, so that one's really good. And the rest of these are all in city. I mean, I would love to be able to get, the next one, and beyond, but that's a long ways off. So my point is, you're going to have to go in here, and you're going to have to work on these, and you're going to have to add these buffs. This one's all attacking. Every one of them's attacking. And then you're gonna want to go in and get these. Like this one's in-city range and siege HP. So that's a really big one. And then when you get to 30, it adds HP and it adds a debuff as well. So, it is what it is. I can't believe it's all the way up to level 40 now. That's a lot. So, Senate. Real key. Ideal land. Necessary evil. There are a lot of small buffs and march size buffs. And there's a lot of stuff that they're small buffs, but with all the possible decorations, there's a lot of buffs on the table and a lot of march size to be had. So with that being said, ideal land, don't sleep on it. You need it. Research, as always, everything as high as you possibly can. Do all your research. I mean, people want to save common speed ups, this, that, and the other. And it's like, for me, I would tell everybody, use all the speed ups that you have to get as much research as possible. Get your buffs as high as you possibly can. So if you're waiting to do upgrades, there's no reason that you shouldn't have your research done. Do your research. Seals are crucial. And I've got everything up to the level that my pasture is at. So I can't get any more without doing my pasture. But I'm trying to get my the required upgrades done to go K45. But there's lots of buffs in here. a majority of them are attacking, and there are some in city as well. And then with these sets here that you get from Red Star and your seals, most of those are in city. So that's going to help your defense. So beast seals, get them done, and build up your beasts as high as you can, because here we're starting to look at some pretty big buffs. The archer attack, that's another extra 46% I wouldn't have, and then the enemy troop defense 92, which, you know, it's defense, but it's still good. So with that being said, add your spiritual beasts. I always look for debuff first whenever there's a new dragon or a new beast or any of that. I just think to defend, you have to have good debuffs. And I'm sure there's going to be areas that I will miss, but I'm going to try to cover as much as I can. This new building is kind of cool. No, I do not want to spend money. So you want to get these as high as you possibly can. I don't have it open to 15 yet. And I've been adding to the archer here. But it's a process. And you almost wonder if you're going to need several of each type, and that some of them are going to have better buffs than the others. Right now I'm stuck with this purple one on the siege, but it is what it is. I also need a better one for the mounted too. So it's defending siege defense and rally attack. Is there a better one besides that one? Well, this one here would be better. In rally siege machine attack and in rally siege machine attack. So let's add you. And let's see. Yes, that's right. Defending siege machine defense 5. In rally siege attack 5.9. In rally siege attack 6.9. That's a lot better than defense. Let's just look at. Yeah, so that's a much better move. And I like it. These books, I will just use up because I'm not going to place a blue book. I'm just not going to do that. Okay, so I feel like that should help. So yeah, there's those books. They're good. They're great. They will benefit you. I'm just trying to think of everything that I possibly can because I don't want to forget something, which I'm probably going to anyway. But the point is, there's a lot of hidden buffs, and do your advanced refining too. Try to bump these up. I'm not sure what the max is on these, but my siege is getting there. I'm at level 70 on the 2 attack pieces. And then slowly trying to get the HP gears up higher. But yeah, don't slack on the advanced refining. But yeah, I mean, that kind of is it on this series of videos that I did. Just areas that maybe people forget about and or whatever. And this is probably one of the biggest ones here is the champions. I haven't finished Helen, which was our first champion, and I'm working on her now basically because the reinforcement cap's important. And then the in-city defense and HP is why I decided to try to finish this one next. And then more debuff never hurts. So ultimately, I'd really like to get her finished up, and I think that's going to add a lot of numbers. I just finished Ariadne, which I'm really excited about because now I've maxed the Moonlight Necklace, enemy range and siege machine HP. So that almost added another 20% there. So champions, there's lots of great champions. I'm not going to say, well, this one's the best or this one's the best. It depends on what you're working on, what you need to work on. Demeter, I got her to level 27 and then I just stopped. I'm guessing it must have been the siege machine HP was probably number 27. But these champions are important for small players, big players, because when you look at these, like there's reinforcing stuff in here too. And that's good for your bigger players to have because it's going to help you protect your smaller players. So champions, super, super, super important. I think, I'm missing this one. And I think, like, this is stuff that I need, but it wasn't crucial at the time when she came out. So the way I figure it is I'll have a chance to get her again. So I will figure it out at that point. But anyway, this is just like a quick overview and of what I think are key areas and little spots where you can add a little debuff here, a little debuff there, more buffs, and that's my take on defense. The first thing I want to do is I'll make my siege strong because if you're built pretty evenly, if you're built as a traditional keep, their first goal is to get rid of the siege. Once the high tier siege is gone, then they can archer hit you. Then they can archer rally you. The idea with that is get rid of the horses, because if the siege is gone and the horses are gone, it's really a mixed bag. They can send small siege, completely wipe out the archers. They can send cav to clear the ground, or if they've got 6 strong ground rallies, they can just send a massive ground rally and it'll destroy you. If your cav's gone, your siege is gone, you have some problems. And last video I said that I would show some reports. So what's this one? Oh, that was a PvP. Anyway, let me go through this. So RSP, irregardless, even if you're positive against them, that the goal happens. They're going to clear a lot of your stuff. I mean, I was positive, but also I had 61 million reigns. And then let us just go through real quick and see. I've been trying to get my high tier mounted build out, and the buffs better to try to stop the archer. But I mean, when you're facing RSP rallies, like, they're gonna hurt you a lot because they killed T15 all the way down to T11. So that's 5 full tiers of horses gone. So when they send the next one, it's probably going to clear everything down to my tier 1, maybe tier 2. So it's positive, but the damage was done. It doesn't matter. Like, I mean, I can be positive all I want. This one, whoops, nope, that is not for me. I must have red starred that one by accident. So you look at this one, and I don't count what I do. I count what my team did, reinforces. I count all that in. So, like, of course, this one's negative by a lot. It's 2 billion negative. I'll just sneak in real quick and just see if they cleared. They cleared all my siege probably. Because 12 billion's a lot. Yeah, so that one's negative. This one, negative. This one, 11.5 versus 11. Barely positive. Barely positive. And let's see. Oh, they're just trying to clear my archer out. And likely they did. I'm not going to go through the whole works. And then this one, I just took a look at this one because they soloed me in Battlefield, and I just wanted to, or an SVS. And I just wanted to see what change my buffs had made. And yeah, so this is without any talents or anything. But yeah, the changes that I discussed, it will make a difference. It will make you better. Don't look at it as small buffs and just say, oh, well, it's just small buffs. It doesn't matter. It doesn't work that way. The buffs add up. So if it's a 2% or a 5%, whatever, just do it because they add up. But that, I think, is probably the end of this series. I lost my voice for about a week, so I hadn't been doing anything on here. But yeah, I decided it was time to go ahead and start making videos again. And I just finished my second kind of coin fast. So since I moved back to one, I think I've been here probably about 3 months, maybe more, probably more. But in that time, 80% of it, I have not been spending money. And you notice that when you don't have the rally card, you don't have the monster card, you don't have the champion card, you don't have the one that has all the buffs, it makes a big difference. So, you know, if you completely stop coining altogether, you will see that your keep is going to suffer. But with all that being said, I just wanted to throw out some ideas that I had, kind of fine-tune your debuff situation, your lineup, your gear, all these things to help against these new higher buffs. So I hope this does help. If you're playing at an elite level, then this stuff is affecting you because you're getting those types of opponents. But my whole point with this was you have to fine-tune stuff. You're going to have to read your reports. You're going to have to see where you're having issues. And then you're going to have to make changes and go through all your sub-generals. Write down what you're getting and what you will get if you start ascending some of them or just change them out altogether. And you need to look at the total and look at what you really do need to debuff to survive longer. The more rallies you can survive, the better it is. The more points you'll score in All-Stars, more points you'll score in Shalons. So everyone gets busy. My server in particular has gotten real busy in life, and it seems like very few have time for the game. With that being said, take one day. If you're playing the game and you're spending money in the game, at least sit down, take a day or half a day, whatever, go through all this stuff and fine-tune what you have, because you get to the point that you have to. Even if your defense is good, make your defense really good. So if they are going to try to zero you, it's going to cost them a lot of points to do that. So with this being said, I'm going to call this a video. Any ideas, comments, thoughts, any of that stuff, feel free. Feel free to comment and ask for certain types of videos. What I need to know what you guys want to learn about, what you guys want to hear. So with that being said, share the content, like, subscribe, what have you. and have a good night.